There she is, finished.
We discovered this artist in Florida.
Nearly 5 decades have passed.
I have that same frame in my house.
Business good. At Carter Framing and Art in Petersburg.
We'll bring them anytime.
Frank Carter, a member of the class of,
1976.
but this story goes back 3 years before that.
Geometry was 10th grade, 1973.
Not any geometry,
Formal geometry.
and not any teacher.
Never forgot Miss Moyer.
But like many students in geometry in classes throughout high school, there is a constant thought,
When am I ever going to need to use this?
especially a class with a teacher with a reputation.
She was a tough teacher.
Firm and fair.
For Ms. Ellen Moyer,
I'm very young, 91.
teaching school was in her DNA,
I knew when I was in the 5th grade I was going to be a teacher.
and her specialty, geometry.
I taught all maths until probably the last 10 years, and none of the math teachers wanted to teach it, and I just gobbled it up. I loved it.
Decades earlier,
Did you think you needed it?
I didn't really at the time, like every other student in the class probably said, when am I ever going to use this?
what Frank knows now,
I work with a lot of angles and dimensions, and I use it every day.
years later, Ms. Moyer would be browsing in his shop when Frank told her
Ms. Moyer, I know that I wasn't a good student when I was your student. I never turned in my homework, but I want to let you know that what you were teaching sunk in and that I appreciate it and I use it every day.
recently,
I cannot believe it.
Frank let the world know as well.
Just a gorgeous salute to me, and I greatly appreciate Frank.
And best of all, she knows,
He uses all the time.
as for his business,
Do you owe your bank account to your geometry teacher?
In part, I do. Yeah, if she hadn't taught me the geometry that she taught me, I would have had a hard time doing this job.
and with 35 years teaching math behind her, the sign sums up her teaching career.
I greatly appreciate the world knowing what I love to do.
Nearly every student sitting in a classroom has had the same thoughts as Frank. When am I ever going to use this subject in the real world? I'd like to apologize to my 12th grade English teacher, Mrs. Susan Azell at Lee County Senior High School, because I asked her, why do I need to know how to diagram sentences when I'm going to be selling clothes for a living? She was right, I was wrong. That's a look inside Wayne's World. I'm Wayne Koval, CBS 6 News.